Hi everybody. I have got a grungy journal. I wanted to do another one. I'm really liking this grungy look. It's fun to do. So I did one more, and it measures 8 by 5 1/4. And on the front, I used a real pretty flowered print behind it, and then used a very matching, not the same graphic, but it's a matching color of roses, and then parts of a crochet doilies, and a collage of fabrics here, some lace behind it, some sepia lace behind it, with the different color doilies here. And there's the spine. And there's the back. It's been inked and stained and grunged up. It's got a matching tie. Let's scope it out. Look at that grunginess. Isn't it yummy? Over here we have a triple pocket. Got a little card in the first one. That matches the front cover. And I inked all this up too. Everything is inked and coffee dyed and stained. In the second pocket, I put a little card thingy. A little card thingy. And then a big card in the back with a big doily on it and a little tiny bow. Some stamping. And you can see all the stains that were done on purpose. I do like that. My pockets will hold a lot more. Over here, it's got a little image with some lace and some inking and some stamping. A little piece of fabric on the side. All the pages are like ripped. And this is one of my new threads. It's brown, but it's got gold in it, and it's real pretty. And over here's a little pocket. I just sewed right on over everything, with a little birdie and a little piece of ephemera, and 2 cards with bows. Another piece of ephemera here. Oh, guess what I forgot? Imagine that. This is an original piece of ephemera. And over here's a matching pocket to the front cover, with a little bow and part of a dictionary and just different fabrics that have been inked and stained, with a card with a pretty rosette. And then the ripped pages, stitching going down the side, stamping, and a little tag here. A little part of a dictionary page. A little stamped image of a chair. I don't know if you can see, if the camera will pick these up, but I used a stamp of 2 women, look like grandmothers, maybe great-grands. And I just love that stamp. Can't remember where I got it either. I've had it for a long time. This is the original ephemera here, part of a dictionary page with a bow and big piece of lace, some stamping and some water staining. Zigzag stitching going down the side, the flower. Another piece of ephemera here with the ripped pages. A little piece of, that's the original ephemera. Over here is a pocket, and this came off of a table runner that I had, and I got it at an estate sale, and this is the original. I didn't touch it at all, and it even had holes all in it. And I thought, that looks so old and grungy and so cool looking. So I used it in this book and put part of a doily and a little piece of lace there. Some lace from the other side. And a little part of a crochet doily there, and a little butterfly. This is some lace here. And a little piece of ephemera. I think that's from my 1955 book that I got in an estate sale of that lady had put together. with different things in it. And then stitching going down down the side in that brown. And stitching in the brown over here, and it goes around the flower. Look at that edge. I just love this grungy look. A lot of work, people, really is. But it is so much fun to do. There's the image of the great-grands. Tuck spot. Stitching from the other side, and different fabrics and laces, and part of a crochet doily. This is another part from that same cloth over here, and it has these little windows in it, and the thread you don't need, and there's a little hole there. It's real pretty. That's the natural aging, exactly the way it was. I didn't touch it. Piece of ephemera up here with a pretty flower and laces and part of a crochet doily. That's the stitching from the other side. And some fabrics and doilies. This is the edge of a table runner, and I coffee dyed it up and used it for a pocket. And that's the lace from the other side with stitching. It just really came out just cute. That's the stitching from the other side. Little pocket here with some ephemera and 2 cards. I like how the cards that are not grunged up go with the pages that are grunged up. It really makes them pop. And of course the torn edge. And 2 ladies here. And a little birdie image there. And that's the original piece of ephemera on a piece of ephemera. And stitching from the other side. Little flower image here with part of that new fabric that I got, and I just stitched over it a bunch. And then, of course, it came through on the other side. Part of a dictionary page, and that's a long piece of part of a crochet doily. This folds. This has got some fabric here, and it folds open. And a pocket here. This is made out of burlap, and the burlap has a little bit of gold in it, and I put some pattern paper behind it, and a stamped image, and then some buttons on some fabric up there. Little birdie peeping out. And then the stitching. I just love that stitching. The lady image there, and a floral image over here with that torn edge. And some fabrics, a little mini pocket here. Crochet doily, and that's the original ephemera. I'm trying to use it. There's no sense in me keeping it. I just go get some out of my stash and put it beside me every week, and that's what I use. I have so much of it, it's just ridiculous. And probably we'll get some more at some point. This lifts up, and it has stitching down the side. A little pocket here with some coffee dyed and inked up lace, stitched in gold. That's the stitching from the other side. A little butterfly, part of a crochet doily, a little mini flower. The edge of the paper, and that's curling over from the other side. Hey, Nito. Some fabric here that's been stitched on a floral image with the stamping behind it. Heavily inked, heavily coffee stained. Yumminess. Piece of ephemera here. Little birdie. Some crackling going on also with is some stamping. Little pocket here. Love the contrast. And 2 cards. That's got a little stamp on it. And that's got some stitching. Butterfly here with fabric. Imagine that. I forgot a tuck spot. I will take care of those before I list it. A piece of ephemera here with part of a crocheted doily and a pretty lady. I don't know why I stitched here, but I did. Probably for something, hunting for something different. Got a pocket that matches the cover with a big piece of doily here and a little mini piece. Ooh, it's raining outside today, y'all. It is just a cold, rainy Black Friday. Some stitching around this card. If y'all get out, please be careful out there. This is when the crazy people come out. So, you know, don't let anybody cut in front of you in line and hold your ground. But please be careful. Stitching in the brown and gold. It just gives a little sparkle. I like that. This is not a tuck spot. This is just stitched on. A little fan here and part of a dictionary page and some linen. Some laces, a pretty dress. I thought that went well with the little mannequin behind it and some other stamped images. Look at that edge. And this is another card that's got the fabric and it folds open. Pretty lady, bunch of fabrics stitched around her in black. Do your own thing. That's right. Just do it. Pretty edge there in the stitching. Got a little tag up here and a big piece of a crochet doily and a little fuzzy bow with the stitching from the other side. I just love the stitch in these books. It just adds so much. A little juicer. That looks exactly like the one my mama used to have. I remember that. She would get the oranges or the lemons, and she would just twist and twist and twist. A little vintage lady there with a bunch of stamping and the torn edge with a little bit of stitching here. A little pocket with a pretty bow and part of a crochet doily. And card. Another little card with some fabrics and a little mini flower. Some ink nibs. You can't skip and be unhappy at the same time. I wonder if that's true. It probably is. Vintage lady there with some fabric. And that's from the other side, peeping over. Another little tuck spot with the stitching from the other side. And then I put in this card with a little button. Little button. And over here, again, is another pocket. It's different than the front. It's done with the same background fabric, but this is a triple pocket and this is a double pocket. And then I really like that. I like having that fluffiness, and it's got some little charms. It's got a little birdie charm and some safety pins with some little mini charms. A little silver one there. Really cute. Little stamp. And then another little card. Got some stenciling and some stamping on it. But I just like the way that this hung over the edge. So when you close the book, you've got all that yumminess. And I left the strings. They drive you crazy. Just cut them off. But I love it. I think it adds to the look of the grungy for the wear and tear look. There's the front cover again. Really pretty. Really yummy. And of course the tie matches the cover. And that is it for this Friday. I've got 2 custom journals that I'm going to knock out this week. And as much as I humanly possibly can. I'm gonna work hard this week to make up for Thanksgiving week. And I want to thank y'all for being here. Please be safe today and every day. Bye-bye.